Hi, this is Reverend Joanna Bartlett, and this video is for anybody who is thinking about taking my Mediumship Essentials half-day workshop later this month at Plymouth Spiritualist Church in Rochester, New York. I wanted to make a video just to talk for a couple minutes about what I'm going to be covering in the workshop in the half-day class, and so that you can tell if it's something that you think that you should take. So I call it Mediumship Essentials because it is basically all the things that are really, really needed in order for you to practice good mediumship and to have a good connection with spirit. And so some of the topics that are going to be covered include working with natural law and understanding natural law in terms of how it works with mediumship, setting your intention and grounding, which are very basic steps that you may already know and may have already covered in your mediumship studies if you've been, if you are a student medium or you've been practicing at all. But I think it's always good to have a refresher on those things and maybe get it from a slightly different perspective as well so that you really can cement it and get in there. Raising your vibrations, ways that you can raise your vibration in everyday life, kind of everyday things that you can do, and then maybe some longer term things that you can do as well that maybe you haven't considered before. Meeting and working with your spirit guides, which can be very helpful no matter what level of mediumship you're at, whether you have not met any of your guides at all, or whether you already have a relationship with one or more of your guides. Developing that relationship, furthering your understanding of that relationship and the role that they play in your life and in your mediumship work can be really, really helpful. And then working with and understanding symbols. Symbols are, how a lot of the information that we get through mediumship comes into us. And so really understanding why that is, why we get things symbolically and what they mean and how to work with them, how to build a symbol dictionary, and how just gaining a greater and deeper understanding of that aspect of mediumship. And then the elements of message work. So what I've been teaching my students is the CERT method, which is, if I remember the acronyms, communicator, evidence, reason, and tying it up. And so we will talk about those kind of four elements that go into doing message work, especially during church services or all message services, those kinds of things. The things that you want to be asking spirit for in order to, get the information that you need so that you're establishing that connection with a spirit communicator. You are getting evidential information that you can then relay to the person you're giving the message to. You're getting the reason for the message, the reason that they're coming through with a message at all, what that message is, and you're relaying that, and then you're tying it up. You're, finishing up, putting a bow on it, and then releasing the energy and then moving on to the next person to continue on with your message work. And then we're also going to talk briefly about platform decorum and ethics. Doesn't that sound like fun? Just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, especially as this is for a NSAC Spiritualist Church, to make sure that, we're all on the same page in terms of just how to do the decorum of like the do's and don'ts of how you get up there and do the work, and then just the ethics that are involved in giving messages from the other side. So I hope that's a bit of helpful information in terms of what's going to be covered in the course and whether or not you might want to take it, depending on, how many people are in the course and their level of not ability, that's the wrong word, their level of, previous experience, let's put it that way, previous experience and studies. We can certainly move through some of those things much quicker if it seems like everybody's got that. And, or we can go into certain areas that people don't have the experience yet in or understanding of. And I'm certainly available also to answer people's questions, and we can also talk about whatever areas of mediumship that you're interested in or that you are struggling with, or, any of it. And so the workshop, it will be 4 hours. We will take a break in the middle so everybody can go and pee, because that's an important thing. or to get a cup of tea, or whatever we need to do to keep on, you know, keep the energy up and keep on going through. We will be doing a mixture of, you know, me yabbering on, yabber, answering questions, sharing different meditations and different exercises to connect in with our spiritual selves, our higher self, our guides, and then opening that connection up with spirit. And yeah, and we'll be doing kind of a combination of all those things, and we'll be doing some meditations and time to actually practice message work as well. So I hope that you decide to come and join me. I'm really looking forward to it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment on this video or leave a comment on the Plymouth Spiritualist Church Facebook event posting, and I will be happy to answer it. You can sign up for the workshop, for the half-day class, directly from the Facebook event itself. It will take you directly to my website, which is alightintuition.com. And if you want, you can also purchase a signed copy of my book, Led by Light, How to Develop Your Intuitive Mediumship Abilities, which a lot of the content in this book will be in the class as well, so it might be helpful for you to have that book, and I'll be happy to bring books with me to Rochester. But it would be really helpful for me to know how many to bring, and also how many people are going to be in the class, so that I can prepare materials for it, and the right number of materials and handouts and things. So please do sign up in advance, and I will see you when I'm in Rochester. All the best.